Hey everybody, it's Jen from the Curvy Girls, and this is week 6, and this week's topic is weight loss and aspirations and goals. I'm sorry if I'm not too specific with that, but I didn't get the email as far as this week's topic because I've been having some server issues. Anyway, sorry about that. So, well, first I want to update with my progress. As of Wednesday, January 20th, I will be 9 weeks post-op from gastric bypass. And as of last Thursday, January 14th, I got below 250 pounds. And I say that like that because it's been like one of my first goals, to reach for at least like 5 years, and then about a year ago, my first goal was to get under 300 pounds, which is really sad. But, I'm happy. As of today, I am 245-ish pounds. I say ish because I went up from 244 to 246, but I think that's because of just fluid retention. I'm due for my period next week, so, you girls know how that goes. So, I'm really happy. I'm in a size 20 for pants. Bras, I have no idea. I was like a 46 triple D, but that was like 85 pounds ago. Now, I wear my bras in like the tightest setting, and they're still loose, and, like the cups are too big, so I need to get a fitting and get new bras at some point. So yeah, I feel great. And with that said, aspirations for weight loss. I see myself being happier, first and foremost. If anybody is morbidly obese, and like 200, 250, 300, and say, oh, I'm happy. They're lying. They're full of shit, I always presented myself as being confident and happy and, totally smug and sure of myself. But in reality, I was miserable. And I covered that up because I was afraid if I showed my misery and unhappiness that I would really become weak and vulnerable. So I really tried my best to not show that. So I think I'll be happy. Tying into the whole happiness thing, I think people will treat me better. Some of you ladies may have experienced this, but it seems like, once you reach a certain weight, a certain body type, people just don't take you seriously anymore. Or, maybe they don't necessarily not take you seriously, but all they see about you is your weight. Suddenly your physical appearance defines you. And, I got really tired of being passed over, and I don't know. I can't explain it. Even just like stupid things like insults. If I wrote a blog entry or a comment that somebody didn't like, the first thing out of their mouths or fingers, I guess, would be, oh my god, she's such a fat bitch. She's so fat. Everything was fat, 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 related to fat. And it's like, please criticize me. Criticize my intelligence, my attitude, my bitchiness, my opinions. Why does it always have to be about my weight? And that just, it really brought me down, So, going along with just being happier about myself and, because I'll be feeling so much better and looking so much better, just being treated like an equal, among other people will make such a big difference. Health is a big aspiration for me. When I went into this, my biggest concern was long-term health. There's so many things that run in my family: diabetes, heart attack, stroke, hypertension, heart failure, just all these things that are brought on and or made worse by morbid obesity. And my mom has had a high blood pressure since her 20s. She's had type 2 diabetes for the last like 12 years. She's got a lot of health issues, and I know a lot of it's because of her weight. She's about 250, 260, and I don't want that to be me. I want to be healthy for my kids. I want to be around for a long time. Going along with what Anna said, I want to be there for my daughter and for my son. And, speaking of my daughter, I want to set a really good example for her. Tonight we were out, and a little boy walked past our table at a restaurant. He was maybe, 6 or 7. And he was a little chubby. He had like a little chub around his neck. And, I wouldn't say he was fat, but, he was definitely overweight. And my daughter was like, Mommy, look at that fat boy. And I was floored. To be honest with you ladies, I had no idea that my daughter even understood the concept of fat people, skinny people, whatever. It took me a minute to recover. And then the first thing I did was I reprimanded her and I explained that, people come in all different shapes and sizes, and we have to respect that and like them anyway. And, you don't need to point something out like that because it's mean and it's hurtful. And then, my husband laid into her, and then we took her over to the little boy's table and we made her apologize. And then we brought her back and we explained to her yet again, why it was wrong and why we made her apologize. And, the whole time I'm sitting there and I'm like, she's 5 years old. You know, this is way too young to be so aware of these kind of things, and aware of it in a way that, you know, makes her want to point it out, like the differences. I mean, she's never said, oh, mommy, look, there's a black boy, or oh, mommy, look, there's an Asian boy, or, you know, there's a girl with glasses, or, you know, there's a really skinny boy. You know, this was the first thing she focused on, was the weight. And I don't think it has anything to do with me, you know, because I mean, most of the conversation I've had about my weight and, you know, food and surgery issues has been with my husband or my mother or my friend, you know, when she's asleep or playing. And, you know, I don't use the word fat around her and around Ryan because I don't want them to, you know, get a complex. So anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent, but, you know, that's definitely, I mean, that's just added to the list, you know, another aspiration. You know, I mean, if my daughter, you know, can look at a little boy who's only chubby and say, oh, he's fat. I mean, what is she going to say about me? What is she going to think about me? You know, I don't want to be a disappointment to her. I don't want to be an embarrassment for her. You know, I want to be healthy and energetic and, you know, able to do things with her. I mean, you know, more than I have. I mean, you know, last year and the year before, to be honest with you, you know, I'd run around with them in the playground and do things with them, but it was really a struggle. And, you know, I did have to kind of sit out on some things. And, you know, this summer and especially next year, I'm really looking forward to being able to do, you know, all sorts of things. So, in summary, you know, my aspirations for weight loss and how I see it changing my life is I will be happier. I'll be happier with myself, more confidence, you know. I'll be happier knowing other people won't just see me as a fat person. They will see me for me, you know, and what I have to offer. And I will be healthier and, you know, less likely to develop the health issues that run in my family. And I will be setting a good example for my son and my daughter, and I'll be around for them for, you know, hopefully a long time. All right, with that said, this is week, what, 5, 6? Week 6. And, you know, you ladies rock. I was even thinking, you know, maybe we should, like, start a blog, too, you know, somewhere we can, like, check in and, you know, maybe communicate, you know, in addition to these videos. I don't know. Just an idea. I checked, and thecurvygirls.com is taken, but .net and .org are available. So, who knows? Okay, thanks for watching, and I look forward to watching the rest of your videos. All right, bye.